you are. Come here. Athearn. We all know the name. One of the largest model railroad supply manufacturers. You know, they made everything. I don't know if you look up here, they made everything from PAs to P-42s and a bunch of stuff. And there's all sorts of, stuff in between. But, or at least, the original Athearn. But yeah, it was, it's a pretty cool company. Athearn was bought up by Horizon Hobbies in the 2000s. I know I covered it in an episode of Mail Calls, I think. It was something, and I'll show you on screen. We'll be talking about later Athearn next week. Ooh, I'm seething. But now we're going to talk about new era Athearn. So I guess you're not going to believe this. But listen. This is what the very final Athearn Blue Box kits looked like. This is, I don't even know if you can consider them Blue Box. I mean, the box is blue, so Blue Box. But yeah, today we're going to be taking a look at Irv's Final Stand, the last series of Blue Box kits. So this is, look at that list date, almost like to the day this came. October 21st, 2006 for 1.5 pounds. $90. Oh, in 2006, $90. I think I did actually pay around $60 for this. Thank you, eBay seller, whose name I forget. I enjoy haggling. And yeah, this is DCC Quick Plug equipped. Ooh, I can't believe that this was actually a selling point when nowadays it's a standard. It's so weird. It's not a selling point. That's just a standard. Your stuff should have that. At least hopefully it should. Again, this was 2005, 2006, Stuff was slowly starting to evolve. I guess I'll get this sucker popped open. And we'll move it out. So the first thing you might be able to see, instead of styrofoam on the top, there is like 3 or 4 bags of parts. I'm gonna put this. I guess we'll take out the manual too. There's this one is like a bunch of the details. I think the seller accidentally included a extra panel. I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, we got the overall details, like fans and stuff. We got the handrails. We got some sort of piping. We have the grab irons and the sunshades for the cab side. And then we have 4 spare truck frames, just in case you don't want the... Are these HTCs? Yeah, I think these are HTCs. And these are the export trucks, if I'm correct. Although I'm not too sure about that spacing, the axle spacing, you can't really change this. So I guess for now I'll just put all the parts up here, and we'll take a look at it, and then I'll go over all the details and such. Yeah, this is just a blank slate. You can do whatever you want. I don't know why the cab is taped down. Maybe it's loose or something. It's a possibility. Yeah, this is an EMD SD38. It says on the paperwork that it's an SD38, but I suppose it could be an SD38-2. Standard exploded diagram. It's got all the stuff, all the separate parts that you got to put on. The number boards on the front. There is a those are separately attached. I don't know why. This is early 2000s Athearn. I don't think they knew what they were doing either. But yeah, you can essentially just put on whatever you want, and it comes with McHenry's. I guess this is you know, early signs of, you know, it became a standard Athearn practice. There's like room for vents that would normally be here. Same here. I don't know why that's cracked, but you'd be able to hide it with the panel. The fans on the roof here. You can actually see wires there. And it's got incandescent bulbs, just like any old Athearn. It's all separate. It's not. They don't cheat like some other manufacturers do. You know, there are actual incandescent bulbs in here. You know, you move along, you get the same stuff on the side. You actually have to fit like the cooling, the coolant housing and stuff separately, which is honestly, it's a great surprise. You know, it's something different. It's a blast from the past, but it's not that long ago either. Okay, I'm sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. I don't know why every single person on the street is deciding to be as loud as possible while I'm recording. To be fair, I should have recorded this like a day or two ago, but I don't care. Listen. Do you want your weekly video or not? Good little Muppet. But yeah, it's a blank slate. You can do whatever you want with it, and I wish that there were more kits like this out there. Like, at least new ones. If manufacturers could sell stuff like this, the hobby would be a significant amount better. Because nowadays, it's hard to see, like, kits and stuff being produced by manufacturers because the demand is for ready-to-run models as opposed to kits. Because people are lazy. You know, I get that. I'm lazy, too. But I know when to get off my butt and start doing stuff. Like, there just isn't a demand for these. Which is a sad part. Because, personally, if I had to make all my engines from, like, blank canvases like this, they probably would be a little messy because I was an idiot kid. If you saw last week's video, you know, I just straight up ripped the handrails off a perfectly good engine. That was when I was a kid. But, like, just blank slates like these, just even something small. Something small, like, Rapido makes, like, a build-it-yourself GP40 or something stupidly generic. Like, Scale Trains actually did this with, did something relatively close to this with their SD40s. They made, like, a rivet counter version, which had all the details and all the specifics. And then they had a I believe it's called operator version, where, you know, the engine, it looks the part, but they don't attach all the million little details that you can get. I'm pretty sure it's sold out. I don't know. But, like, just stuff like that, where companies offer detail parts, and I don't have to scour eBay and win an auction just to get a singular Mars light or something. Just something basic like this. If manufacturers could make stuff like this, the hobby would be a much better place. I've met a few people who have, you know, turned age-old kits, like 50, 60-year-old kits, into stuff that actually looks kind of cool. You know, the hobby can be as intense as you want it to be. And if you just want to have ready-to-run models, you know, that's cool. It's like, you know, whatever. But doesn't it get annoying when you're just stuck in the same place? Wouldn't you like to be able to move on and, you know, do something a little more complex? This is the in-between between like just a simply undecorated model and like a complete kit. Is that all the details? Just to remind you, look at all this stuff. There's so much stuff. Like, you could make like an engine and a half out of all this. Like, there is so much you could do with all of this. Like, Athearn's like, okay, here you go. For $80, you can have a good time. I'm like, hell yeah, $80 for a good time. Even though I paid $60. I paid $60. You know, there's all sorts of crap in here. Look, even the brass sunshades, like that's something I wasn't even expecting on this, which we'll talk about this next week, I promise. Like, you know, there's all sorts of stuff in these bags. Like, you wouldn't believe it. I think the seller accidentally gave me a second turbocharged with no dynamics housing because there's already one on the engine. Maybe it just came without one, or this was in the parts bag. I don't know. But then there's... I guess I'm gonna go over the basics, just like the basic few things. Like, so there's the turbocharged with no dynamic brakes. Then there's the roots blowers with the paper filter, but no dynamic brake. Then there's roots blowers, paper filter, dynamic brake. Although I think, no, I don't. I'm not entirely sure. There's genuinely way too many parts to get into for one video. Like this would have to be a whole series of me putting it together, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it, because this is just such a unique thing, a unique piece of model railroading history, you could say. Like, it's just I wanna put it somewhere safe so that in 30 years we can all look back on it and go, huh, I can't believe people actually used to, you know, make kits and stuff for the hobby. That's cool. But I guess I just end up continuing to ramble about how the hobby doesn't have any sort of intermediate stuff like this anymore. But yeah, I guess I'll talk about my plans for this now that I've basically talked about everything else. So originally I was gonna do something fictional with this, but I'm not too sure. I was either gonna do like my serious fictional, which I'm sorry that you haven't seen anything about. Please just give me like another month or so and you'll see at least one thing, I promise you. But now that, considering what it is, I might want to make it into something prototypical, or, you know, even just leave it alone for future generations to enjoy. I genuinely have no idea what I want to do with this, because of just how unique it is. It's like, it's I don't know what to do. So I don't know, you can leave your suggestions in the comments. I'm sure that when I mentioned, you know, something fictional, my serious fictional, I'll probably slap the Trainiacs drawing that I did up on screen. And we can go from there or whatever. We'll figure it out. So yeah, this has been a look at one of the latest rendition of what I consider to be an Athearn Blue Box kit. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you all in the next one. Later. Oh boy, sure am stoked to talk about Athearn. Athearn-tober. No, wait, I had a video on something that wasn't Athearn this month. Damn it.